Okay, folks, this is the real deal. It's been a while since we had a winter storm of this magnitude. Is this going to happen? Yes. Are the weather people blowing this out of proportion? No. This is going to happen. 100% chance of a winter storm. So there's a dramatic change, but we were overdue for this. That's what I try to tell people. Things will freeze, drip. That's what I always say. If you get down to 0 degrees, I drip my water. People say that's a lot of water. I don't want my pipes frozen, do you? We'll be out all day tomorrow and maybe the next day. The good, you see churches and neighbors helping others, right? You see the bad, where people are just gawking and bothering first responders and people. And then you see the ugly, which are scam artists, roofers, and tree people. In this case, you can see direction of damage every direction. Insulation.
All right, there you go. Wish I had 10% of that guy's energy right there.
Trying to still watch more of that. That is the best of John Gordon, of course, the longtime leader of the Louisville National Weather Service office. And yes, unfortunately, he has retired. Say it ain't so.
He has, but he's so big that Ben, Connie, and I wanted to interview John Gordon. Right. So last Friday was your final day on the job. You took what is being referred to as the Trump offer. Were you fired as part of the downsizing, or what happened? You explain it.
I got an incentive package. So people take incentive packages, so they're going to pay me through September, and I'll have a lot less stress. I started yoga just today. It's an amazing thing.
Just today.
All right. So, John, take us through it. I mean, you've been through so many severe weather incidents. So what are your memories? What sticks out to you?
Yeah, my first year here, we had 12 tornadoes. No one died. I had 12 flash flood deaths. But then I think about Henryville, which we came up on the anniversary just this past weekend. I think about that. I think about that Eminence tornado in 2010, which was just terrible. And then, of course, the 2021 down there in Bowling Green, which is the forgotten tornado. Everyone talks about Mayfield. Bowling Green hit by 3 tornadoes, and I lost 17 people there. I lost 15 people in Henryville. And I have pictures of them in my office.
You're talking about no more stress, but we had a stressful streak in 08, 9, 10. We had the leftovers of Ike in fall of 08. Then we had the ice storm in 09 in January. And then August 4th, 2009, we had the big flood, Churchill Downs and all that. So that's right when I got here. That's why we started collaborating and becoming friends.
Yeah, I know. So we issued the first flash flood emergency in the country. So a competitor of yours, John Belsky, said to me, hey, there's a propane tank going down 3rd Street. And I'm like, we had a flash flood warning already. I'm like, well, that's not good. So we got to do something more. So we put out a flash flood emergency. That was on every station immediately. And maybe they shut down the interstates quicker because of that. And it was happening.
So you clearly love the weather. You can see your enthusiasm in it. And we noticed it in news conferences going back to Jerry Abramson. You really stood out. There were some catchphrases that you made famous. The one that cracked me up recently was you brought in the margaritas a lot regarding the ice. Where did that come from?
I don't know. I like margaritas. Don't you guys like it? So I just said it's going to be cold. We're going to have ice. I hate ice except in a margarita or inflammation. Well, next thing you know, that's trending on Twitter.
What's the saying that got you in the most either trouble or was the most talked about?
Yeah, the polar vortex. When I told Mayor Fisher, he asked him, well, can I say polar vortex? Yes, it's been there since the beginning of time. And I said it's going to be colder than a nudist on an iceberg. And that got a little heat for that.
Well, John, listen, we love you because you're so funny and you're so matter of fact. But when you are out at these scenes and you see the devastation, how difficult is it to be professional in your job, but dealing with the folks that have lost everything?
That's a great question. I mean, I cry with people. I pray with people. I try to make sure, has someone come to see you as a Red Cross emergency manager? Someone visited you? I mean, I've seen 2x4 through cows, coroners there pulling out people out of wrecks. It was very bad in Bowling Green. Very bad. Henryville, very bad.
And I want to thank you for your service, not only here, but across the nation. He's been everywhere. And he's helped run one of the best local National Weather Service offices in the United States of America. But also, he has done a lot of work with alerts and warnings to change the criteria and make it just easier to understand for viewers that are watching the National Weather Service. Talk a little bit about your work.
He's very nice. I paid him to say that. So we went from 3/4 inch hail. I led an effort to get rid of 3/4 inch hail about the size of a dime to 1 inch hail, which is the size of a quarter. 3/4 inch hail doesn't do a darn thing except the plants. We don't want to overwarn. We do not want to overwarn. We want to give people information they take seriously. So that was one of my big initiatives. I got that. We got the first flash flood emergency. And the other thing I did, which you might find humorous, is that
We were writing in uppercase lettering since the 1950s, and I led this big fight we have mixed case lettering with proper punctuation. I was very happy to get that done. We had margaritas that
And
night.
that's not just on a local level, that's on national level.
That
Yes.
is, and you are a superb communicator. Do you think it's your enthusiasm for the weather that drives that, or did you decide long ago, hey, look, this stuff's too scientific, I'm going to break through the mold?
Well, I was a terrible speaker in college. I was one of the worst ever. I was in an ROTC class, and basically it was a disaster, and my professor in college gave me a few tips, told me about the 4 E's: entertain, enthusiasm, educate, and end. Never go over your time, and I tried to use that my whole career and try to make weather fun, but also serious when you need to be.
All right, John Gordon,
Thanks, brother.
thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
Happy
Thanks,
Yoga
John.
Day.
Thanks,
I
John.
know.
Happy
Thanks, guys.
retirement.
Yoga.
Thank you
Thank
for
you
your
so much.
thank you for your passion
man.
and your compassion to people. I've
Yeah.
seen you out of these scenes,
Thank you,
and you
guys.
are truly
Appreciate you guys.
hugging
Thanks.
and crying with
Thank
them.
you for our partnership.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.